Hi guys, Louis defending Elvis. I've already done the first 5 minutes, but I just thought for it to make sense, I have to play the first 5 minutes. I've already done the talk through, so go and watch part one. Part two is more of a discussion concerning this double life that Priscilla has always lived. This fake life that we've been showed by her, and from her books, in the press. The media have completely been conned and tricked into portraying unfairly to Elvis, portraying Priscilla as if she is some innocent victim, which is bullshit. Elvis is the innocent victim. And so for you to understand this, obviously this is the Law and Crime Network YouTube channel. Brilliant. I didn't want to jump in 5 minutes in because it won't make sense. So I'm going to let the first 5 minutes play. Then I'll start getting involved at 5 minutes in and give you my take on things. So welcome to Defending Elvis, guys. Hope you're doing good. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, my throat's a little bit iffy, but we can do this. Here goes. Right, this is actually part 3. Okay, guys. So remember, the first 5 minutes I'm going to hardly talk, and then we'll start getting involved. Okay, guys. Thanks a lot.
Has Priscilla Presley just been accused of tax fraud in connection with a brand new filing from the people suing her in this already bombshell legal battle? That's what we want to talk about. It's time to break down all of these details and allegations with the lawyer representing the 2 former business associates suing Elvis's ex-wife. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Okay, we have another development in the Priscilla Presley legal saga that we need to talk about. And in a little bit, I'm going to be bringing back on the lawyer who's representing the people suing her to get a better sense of what exactly is going on. Because there is this brand new filing with new details, new allegations that may change what this whole case is about. But first, I got to give you the backstory. A little complicated. Stay with me. I'll try to break it down. You have Brigitte Cruz and Kevin Fialco. They are self-described entrepreneurs who are really big in the world of Elvis Presley memorabilia. They apparently started working with Priscilla Presley, this is Elvis's ex-wife, years ago, helping her manage her brand and use her name, her image, her likeness to make money. That's what the lawyer says. But they also allege that Priscilla was making moves behind their backs to get more money for herself and basically cut the 2 of them out of future deals. So they have sued her for fraud, breach of contract, intentional interference with a contract, misappropriation of name and likeness. By the way, this is in response to Priscilla's own claims against them, including elder abuse. We'll talk about that a little bit more. But this was their response. Now, in these filings, they make a lot of allegations, including regarding Elvis and Priscilla's daughter, Lisa Marie. So Elvis died in 1977, and as Lisa Marie grew up, she and her mother, according to these filings, had a reportedly tumultuous relationship. Now, Elvis had apparently left his entire estate in a trust to Lisa Marie, which she inherited when she turned 25. The original filing says that Lisa Marie ended up listing Priscilla and Barry Siegel, this is Priscilla's financial manager, as co-trustees. But when Lisa Marie found out that they were allegedly mismanaging her money, she changed the trust to make herself trustee and listed her son Ben and her daughter Riley Keough as the ones who would inherit. Now, Riley being a famous actress. Again, these are the allegations from the filing. By January of 2023, this is when things, according to the filing, became really bad between Priscilla and Lisa Marie. Quote, Priscilla was aware that Lisa was getting ready to remove her as the sole trustee of Lisa's irrevocable life insurance trust and was otherwise threatening to sue her. Cruz and Fialco nevertheless worked to keep the family together. Goes on to say, Lisa suffered cardiac arrest on Thursday, January 12th, and she was rushed to West Hills Hospital. Priscilla, who knew that Lisa was in the process of taking steps to remove her as the sole trustee of Lisa's irrevocable life insurance trust, saw an opportunity to regain control. Priscilla rushed to West Hills Hospital, and despite Lisa's clear directive to prolong her life, Priscilla pulled the plug within hours of Lisa being admitted and before her granddaughter, Riley, was able to get to the hospital, demanding that Cruz issue a statement to the media so she could control the narrative. Priscilla demanded that a statement be released immediately, stating, "It is with a heavy heart that I must share the devastating news that my beautiful daughter Lisa Marie has left us." And then they claim that the following week, Priscilla said, "I'm the queen, I'm in charge of Graceland." Quote, Cruz and Fialco were heartbroken by the unsettling behavior. Now, Cruz and Fialco also say that Priscilla not only defrauded Elvis during their divorce, but maybe contributed or drove him to his death. Yeah, so in this amended filing, it says, Priscilla's first victim was Elvis, 1968. After just over 5 years of marriage, Elvis and Priscilla divorced, entering into a property settlement agreement and marital termination agreement. Under the marital dissolution agreements, Priscilla unequivocally waived the right to inherit anything from Elvis's estate. Then in bold, Priscilla knew she was entitled to inherit nothing from Elvis. By the way, you know why we're able to...
Dog's barking, sorry. Okay, let's jump past the advert bits. Hello. He's literally just got back from the party.
$1,000. And even if you think that your case isn't
I did go there for the last 45 minutes.
worth millions of dollars, why not start by clicking the link below?
Right, sorry, my son's just walked in. He was at a party at that place. It was, what's his name's party? You know, Tom's son, Connor, guy who lived at the end. And it was where we have the little Halloween parties. Oh, yeah. St. George's. Yeah, I'm talking to Giovanni. He's just come back from his football match. Any good? 1-7 now. 7, you won 7-0. There we are. He wins 7-0. There we are. That's excellent.
Or scanning the QR code on screen. According to the filing, it was...
So, guys, I'm going to start getting involved on this. Let's just... Obviously, you guys know that Bridget talks to me. She's not allowed to talk about the lawsuit, but we have long, deep discussions about many matters concerning many things. It's a real eye-opener, yeah? So I put that on, you know, I wear that hat when I listen to this. This massively concerns the Bridget Cruz lawsuit, of course, and Priscilla's fake double life. Because I really believe that Priscilla lives a fake double life and has tricked the world, has tricked the general public. Yeah. Now, she hasn't tricked the Elvis fans. We know, don't we? We've done our research. We understand. We've looked beneath the surface. But the general public, they're completely oblivious. Even with books like this that try to tell the truth, even with her wrongdoing that's been recently in the press, you know, Bridget Cruz's allegations in her lawsuit, the public seems to be blinded. They still kiss her ass. They still treat her like she is Elvis. It's unbelievable. It's shocking. When will the public remove their goggles and see the truth that Elvis was a victim? Lisa Marie was a victim. Let's keep listening, guys.
Agreed that Priscilla would be paid $100,000, that she would receive cars, child support, spousal support, medical insurance, education. But the
guys, one of the greediest divorces ever, and it was still going on when Elvis was very sick. Priscilla even places a massive debt on Graceland. Elvis is home, Gladys is home. Could you imagine how this made Elvis and Vernon feel? They must have been all worried they were going to lose their home to Priscilla, who only had a very brief marriage and just one child with Elvis.
The allegation was that Priscilla wasn't happy, that she wanted more. Quote, out of pure greed, Priscilla claimed that what she received was not enough for her to live on.
Because it's true that Bridget Cruz puts this in her lawsuit. I do have the updated parts of the lawsuit, the newest parts of the lawsuit that have new allegations. I've got it. We probably will start to go through it eventually if we get time.
Priscilla claimed that Elvis defrauded her, asserting that Elvis promised to always take care of her. So,
which he probably did and would have if she gave him the chance.
The former couple apparently went back to the negotiating table, and the law...
Well, no, she accused Elvis of fraud, and then a lawyer forced a renegotiation. This was forced by Priscilla and her lawyer.
Suit claims that Elvis was, quote, forced into entering into a modified settlement and marital termination agreement on October 4th, 1973. And from there, according to this suit,
very, very greedy.
The payouts grew considerably. Quote, Elvis was forced to pay Priscilla $725,000 within 10 days of court approval, so equal to about $5,274,995.50 presently.
Shocking.
And then there was an additional $720,000. So that's equal to about $5,238,616.22 presently, broken down into installments of $6,000 per month. Elvis was also forced to pay Priscilla 50% of the proceeds of the sale of the residence at 144 Monovale Drive in Los Angeles, California, and up to 1 year of spousal support in the amount of $4,200 per month. Again, in
Extreme greed. This is extreme greed. Remember, oh, I love him. We had an amicable separation. We were still friends when we split up. We were better apart. Bullshit. Read that. Imagine how that affected Elvis, Vernon. Everyone concerned. Everyone. Yeah? So don't fall for the con guys. They were not better apart. Priscilla was better. Priscilla was better off in every way. In every way. More men, traveling, money, fortune, fame, attention, spotlight, business, modeling, TV appearances, movie appearances. It was Priscilla that was better when they were better. When she says we were better apart, she means I was better apart. Now, Elvis put on a good face for Lisa, for the public. He's a decent man, a kind man. He wanted to do right by Lisa, who he adored, Lisa Marie. But guys, behind the scenes, he was under attack by his ex-wife, who he had only briefly been married to. Disgusting behavior from Priscilla.
In bolded letters, Priscilla's thirst for power and money was insatiable.
Insatiable.
Okay.
I like that. Thirst for power and money. Perfect words for Priscilla.
But the complaint claims that Priscilla didn't stop there. Despite enriching herself and extorting millions of dollars from Elvis, she then placed a lien on Graceland on or around April 29, 1977 in the amount of $494,024.49, so more than...
Disgusting. Just before Elvis died, months before Elvis died, and she says, he's the love of my life. I want to be buried next to him. After having many long relationships with many men. But no, today in 2025, she proudly boasts that she still loves him, she's still in love with him, and she wants to be buried next to him. It's ridiculous. Why did the public fall for it? Why? I'll never understand it. Mass brainwashing. The public have been so gullible. Now, the Elvis fans, we have been screaming to defend Elvis, haven't we? Obviously, there's people that have been defending Elvis for much longer than me. Decades. There's people that have been defending Elvis for 30, 40, 50 years. No one listened. Priscilla has literally got away with murder. The whole world conned, tricked, brainwashed into bullshit. This book was a book of bullshit. A book of bullshit, guys. A fake fairy tale. And now this new book, Softly As I Leave You, is another book of bullshit. Don't be tricked and conned into the lies in this book. Everything I say is for entertainment purposes, just alleged, not a fact, just an opinion sharing discussion YouTube channel.
$2.2 million, adding pressure to Elvis less than 4 months before he died on August 16, 1977, from a heart attack and drug complications. Priscilla exerted undue pressure on Elvis, pushing him to his death. That's the allegation. That's what it says.
Right.
And this is how it may lead to the claims of Cruz and Fialco. Let's bring it back to them. That it's related to Priscilla's name and likeness and trying to grow her brand for money. Because according to them, it turns out she isn't even supposed to be using the Presley name at all. According to their filing, since Priscilla divorced Elvis, she was entitled to nothing, as she was not mentioned in the will, and in fact, pursuant to her divorce agreement, she was supposed to stop using the surname Presley.
Now remember, Elvis did not want Priscilla in that will. He made a point of it. Let's play that last 10 seconds again, whatever it is. Elvis did not want Priscilla in that will. She had had enough.
her brand for money, because according to them, it turns out she isn't even supposed to be using the Presley name at all. According
which we've all been saying, haven't we, for a long, long time. Many Elvis fans have been saying this for decades.
to their filing, since Priscilla divorced Elvis, she was entitled to nothing, as she was not mentioned in the will, and in fact, pursuant to her divorce agreement, she was supposed to stop using the surname Presley. After Elvis died in 1977, however, Priscilla continued to use the Presley name as she needed to exploit the name for her own financial gain despite Elvis's wishes otherwise. So in other words, the allegation is that Presley told Cruz and Fialco she owned the rights to use her name and image, but actually she had already sold those rights to someone else and didn't say so.
To the billionaire, Robert Silliman, in 2005. Remember, Gracelands was also rented to the billionaire. I know Riley owns it, but Gracelands is rented, and the rent was paid in advance, which means no rent is given now. Yeah, unbelievable. A shocking bad deal. And I personally feel Priscilla was involved in encouraging Lisa to push that deal through and sell 85% of Elvis Presley Enterprises, which I believe should never have happened. And in my opinion, Lisa Marie was tricked into going ahead with that deal. Just an opinion, guys.
Representations or alleged misrepresentations were made to get them to invest money to help her financially, and because they believed her and spent a lot of money helping her grow her brand, if they had known the truth, they wouldn't have done that. Now she owes them. They're out of pocket. Okay, so that brings us to what was just filed, this cross complaint. And for that, I want to bring on Jordan Matthews, who is representing Cruz and Fialco in this case. We've had him on before. Jordan, thanks so much for taking the time to come back here on Sidebar. Appreciate it.
Thanks very much for having me, Jesse.
So right, before he goes on, so someone just messaged me, Rick just messaged me. I'm sure others have sent you the new Law and Crime episode with new interview with Bridget Attorney, which we're about to watch. He seems to backtrack a bit on the amount of the jewelry and its current location. Last night he said it's in excess of 5 million, sort of implied not necessarily at Graceland currently, which Joe Weishenker has said. Actually, I want to play that clip. Additional things are at Graceland, such as the wedding gown. Yeah, so so this is big news, isn't it? It's going everywhere. $25 million value of items hidden by Priscilla. Yeah, hidden from the IRS. So this did come out. Now, I wonder if I can, let's have a look. I did quickly, I'm a bit short on time, so I'm trying to see if I've got enough time to do this. And my throat's hurting a bit, so I don't want to talk too much. Let's have a look. Now, it's very interesting. This is Bridget Cruz's lawyer. I have not watched this. This is my first time. So let's see if I've got it there. Yeah, because I did put it. Right. Okay. Is it playing? I do want to play this because I think it's important that we're trying to understand here. Hang on, let's just see. We're trying to understand here the bigger picture. Okay. So we'll play this. Remember, we're probably going to come back and do a part 4 anyway. Yeah.
The Elvis Truth Files, defending Elvis.
Morning, explosive new allegations against Elvis's longtime wife, Priscilla Presley, involving the iconic home she once shared with the king of rock and roll. In the latest court filing,
So this came out yesterday, okay, guys?
2 of Priscilla's former business partners accuse her of lying to the IRS and using Graceland to stash valuable assets.
So just to say, guys, this story has gone around the world. Everyone's talking about it. But Joe Weishenker has come out and said these items are not at Graceland. I have looked into this. I've spoke to a researcher about this, and the researcher told me that the items are hidden in Florida. I don't know the truth. I'm just telling you what our researcher said.
The suit also claims they were fired when they pushed Priscilla to come clean. Graceland's managing partner, Joel Weinshanker, telling NBC News it's not true.
So quickly, guys, Presley Mania and Amy Collett, Rhonda, I think, has covered this on their channel. Go and check it out. We're going to review Presley Mania's video pretty soon. There's 2 videos that Presley Mania has done, Rhonda, and I want to review them both. One of them has Amy Collett in, the researcher. Okay, guys?
There aren't millions of dollars of Priscilla's items being housed secretly at Graceland. The most iconic item at Graceland is a wedding dress. It's not being hidden somewhere.
I just want to say, you know, I get the feeling Joel Weinshanker doesn't like Bridget. Okay, guys? Now, that's just my feeling. Okay, so there's more to this than obviously when you first listen to this, you think the allegations from Bridget Cruz are false, but there's more to it. Where are these items? Yeah, where would have Priscilla hidden these items? Very valuable items. Who knows, guys?
There are no items of significant value that would add up to tens of millions of dollars or anywhere close.
Priscilla Presley's former partners, Brigitte Cruz
Well, at Graceland's, yeah?
and Kevin Falco, also accused the 80-year-old of seeking to profit from her daughter Lisa Marie's life insurance policy, saying despite Lisa's clear directive to prolong her life, Priscilla pulled the plug within hours of Lisa being admitted. Elvis's only daughter, Lisa Marie, passed away suddenly in 2023. Priscilla recently opened up about the loss of her daughter with Savannah.
So, I mean, yeah, I'll be honest with you guys. I've been watching Priscilla's interviews over the last couple of weeks, and they're shocking, guys. I don't believe half of it. I don't even understand how she talks about her own daughter and Elvis and Michael Jackson and Ginger Alden and many other things. It just doesn't feel right. It's very uncomfortable. I even thought in one of the interviews, the Late Late Show, that she was drunk. So just my opinion, guys, for entertainment purposes.
To this day, I can't get over it. It was, you know, especially having a great night before and then the next day taken away.
She also talked about her legal issues.
I mean, we're having an issue for sure, but
You sure are.
it's getting resolved.
Nope, it's not getting resolved.
Priscilla's former business partners are suing her for $50 million for fraud and breach of contract. Presley has filed a countersuit accusing them of financial elder abuse. A messy legal battle involving rock's most iconic mansion.
Guys, very messy. This is serious stuff. This is going to cost millions and millions to fight. Both sides, yeah. Will they settle? Who knows? Who knows? But this fight is just hotting up at the moment.
Well, it's even messier, Chloe, because, of course, Lisa Marie had her own children, and Elvis and Priscilla were divorced at the time of his death.
Exactly. So Lisa Marie was overseeing Graceland because it was passed along to her because of the fact that her parents divorced several years, well, about 4 years before Elvis died. Now, Lisa Marie had 4 children, one of which passed away, Benjamin, of suicide, and she left everything to Riley Keough, who is overseeing Graceland and her mother's estate. Now, we've reached out to Riley Keough for further comment. She's not going to say anything about this, but
I want to comment on Riley. We want her to speak up. You know, I support Riley fully. Yeah, we want her to speak up. We do. We, the fans that are defending, and there's a lot of us now, our defending movement is massively growing, guys. We want her to say something. Yeah. We're just starting to hear the green shoots of her showing that she's not happy with what Priscilla is doing, running around doing these interviews, trying to promote this book in these question-answer theatre performances, if you want to call it that she's doing in America and England and other countries. Come on, Riley, speak up. We want to know.
what she has said in the past is that she supports her grandmother. She stands by her, but this is
Well, she didn't say it. No one has proved that she said that. No one. I know there was press releases. I know that I think Bridget's lawyer might have said it, but no. We actually don't clearly know where Riley Keough stands on all this. My guess is behind the scenes, she's not happy with what Priscilla is saying. Very, very unhappy about it. Remember, Priscilla is saying some pretty horrible things about her own daughter wanting to be dead and she says this in front of the children, in front of Riley, Finney and Harper. They can't be happy about that. Yeah, she's also trashing Michael Jackson. Well, I know that Riley really liked Michael Jackson. So I don't like the things that Priscilla is saying publicly on these different news companies to millions of people. It feels to me like she's trashing her own daughter, Elvis, in front of her grandkids. That's just how it feels to me.
A lot of dueling lawsuits, but for now, Riley Keough is overseeing Graceland, and all seems to be good there with Elvis's legacy and the estate. But again, complicated for Priscilla.
Yeah, when Priscilla.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to affect the estate or the legacy. This is more a family matter. You know, Priscilla, the grandmother, Nona, they call her, is making, it's just, I think, making a fool of herself. The sad thing is, the press, the journalists, the interviewers just believe everything Priscilla says. Priscilla needs to be challenged. Elvis can't defend himself, nor can Lisa. Why is no one asking the right questions? To the interviewers around the world, please ask the right questions to Priscilla Presley. She's lying to all of you. She's toying with all of you. You're all eating out of her hands. Why? Have you not seen the damage that she has done over the last 50 years? You're all like half asleep. You're supposed to be journalists. Wake up.
Was here. She talked about her good relationship with Riley and her great grandkids, and
which is bullshit.
So we'll see what happens with this. Thank you.
She's lying.
Chloe.
The
Okay,
Elvis
so
Truth Files, the lies
So we're going to carry on with that interview, okay, guys?
end here with Louis Macretis and Team Elvis.
Right, let's have a look. So let's go back. No, we are going to have to do this probably in two parts, but I just want to play, let's have a look if I can find it, a bit more of this, okay?
Hey, Jesse, appreciate it.
Got it. Of course. So let's clear this up first. That now she owes them, they're out of pocket. Okay, so that brings us to what was just filed, this cross complaint. And for that, I want to bring on Jordan Matthews, who is representing Cruz and Fialco in this case. We've had
Right, so cross complaint. That's the first time I've heard that term. Let's keep going.
him on before. Jordan, thanks so much for taking the time to come back here on Sidebar. Appreciate it.
Thanks very much for having me.
So, you know, obviously I have long chats with Bridget Cruz. I want Bridget Cruz to win. Honestly, I do. I know that you guys are a little bit concerned, but trust me, I want Bridget Cruz to win this lawsuit. I really do. I've got to know her quite well. I like her. Guys, I think she got involved with a mess. She got involved with her worst enemy. Yeah, seriously, guys. She tried to help, and it's all been thrown in her face. That's how I see it. Let's keep going.
I mean, Jesse, appreciate it.
Got it. Of course. So let's clear this up first. You filed this cross complaint on your client's behalf. Let's start here. What is a cross complaint? What is that? How is it different from the original complaint that you filed? If I'm understanding
So I'd like to know what a cross complaint is as well.
it correctly.
Well, a few things. A cross complaint is basically a response to a complaint with claims. So it's my client's claims against Priscilla.
So Bridget Cruz's claims against, and Kevin Fialco, against her partner, against Priscilla.
With respect to your question about the difference in the other lawsuit, there's certain substantive claims. I'm happy to go into the specifics in terms of the specific allegations, but essentially it is a responsive and offensive claim to the actual complaint.
It's quite a big deal getting Bridget's lawyer on here. Seriously, guys.
We will go through specifics of this new filing. I think just for our viewers so they understand, right? First, it was Priscilla who initiated litigation against your clients, and then they...
No. But it's the other way around. Bridget served the first lawsuit, yeah? Because she felt she was needed compensation because Priscilla had ghosted her and literally... gone back on everything she'd agreed to in these contracts. Yeah? Am I right or wrong?
Filed a suit against her, or am I misunderstanding?
So it's fairly accurate, but there's a slight distinction. So actually, my clients actually initiated litigation against Priscilla in 2023. That was in Florida.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Priscilla then filed what we believe is a retaliatory claim in 2024.
It is, guys. Come on. This elder abuse thing, it is retaliatory.
This is our offensive response to this claim in California.
Okay, and what was she claiming her retaliatory claim? Just real quickly summarize it.
She had a variety of claims. There is a claim that she claims, which we believe is completely false, that she claims elder abuse and things of that nature. We've seen no evidence of that, but this is our offensive claim, and actually offensive claims. It's about 20 claims, 20 cause of action.
So on the elder abuse, guys, come on. She's running around the world as if she's 20 years old, doing loads of appearances, literally loads of interviews. She's written a book. You can see when you see her out and about, she doesn't act like an 80-year-old. Yeah, she seems happier than ever. She seems like she's loving life. Guys, come on. Elder abuse, are you serious? I saw her on an open top bus about a month ago, waving at everyone. And she was even dancing just the other day. She was dancing. Yeah. Should we try and see that clip? Let's have a look, see if it comes up. Let's see if it comes up. Dancing. Let's have a look. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. I hope there's no music. Right, here we go, guys. I can't play the music, but come on. Come on. Is that elder abuse? Oh, let's get realistic. She's 80 years old. There is nothing elder abuse about that lady. She could be 40, couldn't she? And she is loving the attention. She is loving the attention, lapping it up. She loves fame. When she says, oh, I'm quite a private person, you know, I'm so private. I like my own space. Nah, she loves being out there. At the moment, she's going around many countries doing these personal appearances. I'm not being tricked, Priscilla Presley. I'm not an idiot. Right, let's go back to that. So we're getting to the halfway point, and then I'm going to come back and we'll do another part. Okay, guys? Let me just, I've lost it, of course I've lost it, but don't worry. Law, just get it up. Okay, let's keep going.
Against that complaint.
Got it. Okay. Now I want to talk about this new filing. And there are some specific paragraphs that I think are important to highlight. There's one paragraph, it's paragraph 30. It's about Lisa allegedly demanding that Priscilla resign as the only trustee of her life insurance policy because Lisa had apparently wanted to sell the policy off. Why is this significant?
It's significant for a few specific reasons. What's very crucial here is we had previously alleged that when Lisa passed away on January 12th of 2023, that at that time she was threatening to sue Priscilla and demanding that she resign, that Priscilla resign as the sole trustee of the irrevocable life insurance policy. But what's new and what's crucial is that Lisa was attempting to withdraw the cash value of that policy. So the allegation is that when Lisa ultimately passed away and when Priscilla was with her in the hospital, which is something she writes about in her book and where she directed, according to what's in her book,
2 minutes, I'm nearly finished.
The doctors to take her off of life support. The allegation is that she did that knowing that she was stopping Lisa from withdrawing the cash value of that policy. Why that's crucial is that meant that $25 million policy was still active, and that's what allowed her to interject herself and create a dispute with Riley that ultimately resulted in a payout of $2.4 million to Priscilla.
Right, guys, I've got to stop. I'm going to come back for a part 2, and we're going to discuss what this gentleman has just said, Bridget's lawyer. Okay, so believe it or not, this is part 3, and we need to do a part 4. There's a lot to discuss here. So thanks for joining me, defending Elvis. Elvis Defenders United. Thanks a lot. This is very interesting. It's fascinating, in fact. Of course, I'm not going to lie. I support Bridget Cruz. Yeah, I'm just how I feel. Take care, guys. See you soon. All the best. We'll be back. I'm going to upload this live now in comments. and we can discuss it together. Okay, take care, guys. See you soon.